Gam Ki Ailech Talma Veslai Lai Lai Rara Gam Ki Ailech Talma Veslai Lai Lai Rara Ya Ya Ya
Shalom Aleichem, the covered Shabbos Kodesh, getting ready for Purim, 84 days, 2 days until Shabbos. We have the holiest car in the picture right now. We have Kira and Kislasli together. Wow, what gloves. Unbelievable. Unbelievable gloves he got there. We got Finkelstein in the picture. Tamar is busy guarding borders. Baruch Hashem, that's why we're able to do this. Chaver just said Tefillah b'Shem Kol Yisrael. B'Shem Kol Yisrael, specifically for Pesach Reuven, Ben Yosef Sarah, Bracha Bas Yehudis, Miriam Dori Bas Chani Ucheved, Shir Bas Basia, Yona Bas Basia, Sinai Reuven Ben Mani, and every neshama and Am Yisrael in the world. Rising beyond oneself through prayer. This is what we're praying about. Loving God, bring me to true prayer. Throughout the day, let me always pray in the proper way, truthfully and sincerely. Arouse my feelings until I pour out my very heart to you in prayer and supplication. Help me bring all the goodness concealed within my inner good point. This is what we were learning about the other day. The good point, out into the light. Let me draw the words of my prayers and supplications from the very depths of my heart. Bezrat Hashem Chavra. Shall be zocha, just to open up the heart a little bit more. Let's open up our hearts right now. Halacha l'maisa, b'shem kol Yisrael. However, if you drink a reviz, we're talking about bracha achrona, all at once, and then are going to pause, you should say a borei nefashos, then and a new shahakol when you drink again. If you forgot to say bracha achrona and have already left the place where you ate, you should say it where you remember. If it's an al michya, you should optimally return to where you ate to say it. Farka, halacha for you, halacha for everyone. Amazing. I don't know. I told Kira and Kislassi moments before we started recording, this is like the biggest Torah in the world. It's a new day. It's a new us. We're new creations. It's a new second. And that's what we're talking about today, making a start. Being new, being chadash, living with Hitchadshut. The key to everything, according to Rav Nachman, Lekutei Teffilot 62, is the way you start. That's everything. All beginnings are hard. We all know that. We all know all the beginnings are hard because you need to swing things around from one direction to the very opposite, right? You want to be more productive. You get out the schedule. You're so used to doing one thing, and then you start writing down the other things, and it's just like it's a whole confusion, right? It's hard. It's not easy. But once you have made a start, once you say, right now I am starting, you will soon become accustomed to your new direction, and it will no longer be so difficult, right? So if we're writing down the schedule, and we see that we're already late to something, right now, we do it right now. Everything right now. If we live with right now, okay, this is the greatest advice. I'm sure all you guys are learning Daf Yomi. Oh, the Holy Red Bull, right? Daf Yomi with Rabbi Eli Stefansky from Beit Shemesh. He says, it's not about the Daf, it's about the Yomi. It's the biggest quote. I wish I could just print it up and put it on my wall. Because that's how we should be living, right? It's not about, okay, if I start Megillah 7 daf in, that means everything should just go to waste. And I should just throw it out. I might as well just not even start daf yomi. He says, no, it's about the day. It's about the day. He even goes to say, if you miss a daf, you don't go back and do the daf from yesterday. You do the daf from today with Am Yisrael, and you go back afterwards with the daf from yesterday. It's all about new. It's all about new. We don't care about yesterday. We care about right now. Therefore, you must marshal all your strength and steel yourself to make an energetic start. You must begin each time with ever renewed fire and passion for God. Every single time we wake up in the morning, we're a new creation. The night before, we're returning our weak souls to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem is mamish, just plugging it in like a charger and returning it back to us. We wake up the next day, we're mamish, a new creation. And therefore, we have to wake up with this energy like a lion, and start as if you had never begun before at all. That is the biggest line. Start as if you've never served God before. How excited would we all be if it was our first day serving Hashem? How excited would it be if we were experiencing Shabbos for the first time? But if we're living in the past, if we're living, I did Shabbos over 1,000 times already in my lifetime, it's exciting, and Shabbos is still holy, and we're going to continue to make it as holy as we can, but living with Hitchadshut, with this renewal, with this energy, like it's your first time experiencing Shabbos, or it's your first time experiencing Parsha Shmos. It's your first time experiencing this Torah from Rabbi Nachman. All right, so there's a story from the Baal Shem Tov. I'm going to share with you guys. I don't know if it's connected to this. I felt like I need to share it. I need to hear it for the first time. Everything's for the first time. Everything's for the first time. The pasuk's quoted in Shemos. Bnei Israel cannot drink the waters of Mara because they were bitter. So we assume this means that the water was bitter. Right? This shot. The Baal Shem Tov says, however, that the antecedent of day is Bnei Israel, not the waters. All right, we'll see what he means. It was not the water that was bitter, but rather the people. It's the deepest. Because the Israelites had an attitude of bitterness. It caused them to perceive the water as bitter. This is a profound psychological insight. Many people who are depressed complain that food tastes bitter. Right? I had this food before. I know what it tastes like already. I know what it tastes like. I might as well just not even try. Or even if I do try, I'm going to live like I tasted it before. Obviously, it's going to be bad. Obviously, it's going to be bitter. Anyone who looks through dark glasses will see the world as a dark place. Some people who are dissatisfied with their lives make external changes, but if we feel that reality is unpleasant, we should reevaluate ourselves. The unpleasantness may be in our attitude rather than in reality. However, this is the deepest. Every single day we have a new prescription. We have new glasses. We shouldn't wear the glasses of yesterday. The blurry, foggy, dirty glasses. We have an opportunity to go to lens crafters every single morning when we wake up and get the holy glasses. Everything will be clear to us. Everything will be new. Everything will be exciting. So Bezrat Hashem, we should live with the new lens crafters, I guess dailies. They're like daily contacts. Daily contacts, you can say daily contacts, but daily lens crafters. Bezrat Hashem, Chaver. Questions, comments, please feel free.
So strong story, so connected as well to that idea. It was very, very strong. But it's screaming about this one concept I've heard before that relates to it. By the way, I wrote in the chat, if you saw, Rav Shaul gave the same sock as the Rav you mentioned. But if you missed the Daf Yomi, you should join where the Chavre is, as opposed to stressing about catching up too much. So, but the idea that I've heard in terms of the days of creation, so it's a bit of a common one, maybe people have heard, but you know, the wording in the Torah says like there's like the different days, the 7 days of creation, but in Hebrew, it should be like a numbered series in order would be, Rishon, Sheni, things like that. But we all know it starts with Yom Echad, not Yom Rishon. No problem. And it's exactly that idea you're discussing, that the beginning of something new, it's not necessarily related to anything you've done before, and it doesn't have to be. The beginning of a new week or today, it's a new day. We're on a Zoom that we've never been on before. We don't have to look at it in comparison to the Zooms we had yesterday. It's Yom Echad. Farka knows it. We all know it's so real. But as Farka also told me the other day, he discovered something in mathematics. I just have to say about the letter Aleph. It's very, very interesting. He's telling me that in each one of the nations of the world, they have their different languages that are incorporated into mathematics, whether it be that Hashem revealed those areas of mathematics through them, or that it's the world chose their nation's language to represent those areas. So what I mean is, for example, we all know like the Greek alphabet, representation of angles with theta and omega and things like that. A lot of study of shapes and stuff. And we know the Roman numerals, the study of counting, different things like that, and English variables with studying linear equations, different things like this. But Farka discovered that nowhere had he ever seen before the Hebrew alphabet's actually used in one place in the world of mathematics, specifically the letter Aleph, the Echad. And what is it? Lo and behold, it's not the study of linear equations. It's not the study of counting, the things in our world that we could see. Oh, it's the study of the infinite. Mamish, it's the study of infinite numbers. It's so strong. It just reminded me of that. The world should know. But Yom Echad.
Wow. Wow. Kira, thank you. It's beautiful. While doing the work, oh my gosh, in the snow, so real. Stealing Torah in the snow. Anyone else? Thank you, Kira, Kalali, Noah, Yosef Atzadik. Chara, before we go, I heard this idea from the Baal Shem Tov. My brother, my brother who just got bar mitzvah, he actually taught me the Torah. That the Baal Shem Tov says that you want to know someone who's really serving Hashem, if he's putting on his tefillin every single day with this newness, with this renewal, like it's his first time, with besimcha. And I don't know what that means. I really don't. But the way I'm going to interpret it or relate it to is what we just learned. Making a start, having Hitchadshut in our lives, throwing away the staleness, having besimcha, living besimcha. Everything's exciting. Chavra, we should all be healthy, happy, and successful, whether we're just helping all of Am Yisrael, like Kira and Jacob Kuslasi are, really getting everyone involved with the holy newspapers. Noah Finkelstein, great to see you. Really great to see you. That's all I have to say. It's really great to see you. And Farkane, of course, he's the bonfire within the cold, within the freezing weather, within the snow. He is the bonfire. Chavra, we should all be zocha. We should all be zocha to pour out our hearts, like we spoke about, like we prayed for at the beginning. Open up the hearts. Talk to Hashem. We shall be well. Covered Shabbos.